Digital technology has had a deep impact on so many of the arts, including, of course, movies and web media, which helps spelling out the heading of our next hour, STEAM, Science, Engineering, Technology, Arts, and Math. Hi, everybody. I'm Rehema Ellis. While many of our young people are attracted to the arts, not enough are drawn to the science, technology, engineering, and math elements of the equation. So we decided to make that the primary focus of this hour. American students scored 23rd in math and 31st in science when compared with 65 other top industrial countries, an alarming statistic for a nation that put a man on the moon. That's one reason why President Obama set a priority of increasing the number of both students and teachers proficient in STEAM subjects. Two organizations working hard towards that goal are represented by 100kin10 and Breakthrough Collaborative, both intricately connected. Joining me now are Maya Lundhagen, co-founder of 100kin10, Breakthrough Collaborative's executive director, Joshua Lachs, and we call her Mo, but it's short for Maureen, Yusuf-Morales, senior programmer for Breakthrough New York. Welcome to all of you. And Josh, I want to start with you. I want to talk about what is it about what's happening with us that makes this so important and why we've fallen behind other nations like China when it comes to science and math.
Yeah, it's a great question. And so, one of the things that Breakthrough Collaborative is doing with our partners at 100kin10 is to make sure that we have an increased talent pool of prepared teachers, highly qualified teachers. And as we look at one of the areas of design, for example, and how that's being integrated with STEM education, you look at the Stanford Design School and what an impact they're making in terms of the K-12 education front. And so Breakthrough Collaborative has been an accelerator over the last 36 years and really preparing highly qualified, diverse teaching fellows from college across the country and preparing them in a career for education and teaching.
Because we just haven't had enough teachers in this department.
Exactly.
Maya, I want to ask you about 100kin10. What does the name stand for?
Great question. 100kin10 stands for 100,000, that's 100K, in 10 years. And that's really a focus on getting 100,000 excellent STEM teachers into our schools in the next 10 years. But not just increasing the pipeline of folks moving into schools, but really supporting the teachers who are in our schools, making sure that great teachers stay in schools, that good teachers become even better, and that we're really fixing that leaky pipeline of great folks who come into the teaching profession and then slowly leak out.
It's an ambitious goal, no question, but how are you going to achieve it, and do you see it as something that is attainable?
We definitely see it as something that is attainable, and we're trying to reach it through what we're thinking of as a bit of an experiment. We have right now more than 200 organizations, including Breakthrough Collaborative. We're talking about nonprofits, universities and university systems, federal agencies, lots of folks focused on this goal of getting and keeping 100,000 STEM teachers by not just saying this is important, but really putting some action behind those words and committing to take action and working together in some new ways.
And one of the things you've got to do is try to figure out how to make it cool to kids, right?
Exactly.
How are you doing that?
We're doing it through a lot of different ways. The commitments that partners make toward the goal are really based on their unique strengths. So folks, for example, in the media industry are relying on their strengths to help make STEM approachable and cool. We're working, for example, with a group of folks formerly of The Onion magazine to really use humor, for example, in getting the message across that STEM teaching can be a really fun and rewarding and funny area of work, so a place that's really rewarding and using humor to really get people interested in STEM, lure them in and show them that this can be a really rewarding career for folks who have that interest in STEM and that real engagement in the content.
Now, 100kin10 has been around since just 11 years. Joshua, you've been around much longer than that, 1978.
Yep.
Talk to me about your founding goals and how you see yourself moving in the direction that Maya's moving.
Yeah, so Breakthrough has been an accelerator attacking the opportunity gap from two distinct areas over the last 35 years. And we have a student mission and a teaching mission, and we take underserved, high-aspiring, highly motivated middle schoolers and we put them through a multi-year tuition-free program, and we have a student teaching student model, and they get their teaching through our college teaching fellows, as we call them. And we recruit from across the country. We've got 25 sites across the country that do amazing work. It is truly a village. And this second part of our mission is to inspire the next generation of educators in this country. And 25% of our 1,000 teaching fellows over this last summer were STEM majors, and we're so proud of that.
And in fact, Mo, you decided to, after you were teaching for some years, you decided to get engaged in this in a real serious way, didn't you?
Absolutely. Well, I first entered my career in education through Breakthrough. I was a Breakthrough Teaching Fellow when I was 19 years old, and it totally inspired me to enter the classroom and begin my profession there. And since then, I have worked at the local level in New York City, and now I work on the national level training teachers.
And what is it that you do in the classroom? Kids love the electronics. We are digital natives that we've got right now. But what do you do to let them understand that they can do more than just play the games? They can really get engaged in creating the games and not just games.
Absolutely. So actually, a lot of our students say that the first time they've really fallen in love with science has been in the Breakthrough classroom. We try to make our learning as hands-on as possible, and that means involving students from the first minute of the lesson to the last minute of the lesson and making sure that 100% of students are engaged throughout.
And Joshua, I want to know also, you talked about the importance of summer learning classes, and how does Breakthrough Collaborative address that to make certain there's no summer slide going on?
That's actually a primary reason for the work that we do to avoid the summer slide, but not just that, really, as I mentioned before, serve as an accelerator. So our expectation is that students are going to go to college, and that's what their expectation is. And with our teaching fellows, because they're college students as well, they have firsthand experience in the classroom, that there's an expectation level, that the bar is set, that there's a level of rigor in the classroom during the summer. And so many of our programs also serve school year program. And so there's supplemental, there's counseling, there's FAFSA advice and workshops, et cetera. So it's really all geared toward, we're going to accelerate you, we're going to put you on that pathway to college.
Lots of ways to help kids get to the place where you hope they can be. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.
But putting so much passion and effort also into accomplishing everything you do. This is an ambitious goal of providing us with an additional 100,000 highly motivated science and math teachers by 2021. An inspiring educator with passion for science can influence students and their lives far beyond the classroom.